has developed. And each user interface will explain the user story, like, what you do, like, when you log in, and it will give you this experience, free application experience. And you are very welcome to, share your feedback and let us know, like, whether we are on the right track to develop this application, or whether we are missing any basic elements of the application. So anytime, you can stop Madhushank and ask questions, and and feel free to, to challenge. And another session we let you know, or else, like, maybe, like, i- later we'll let you know the doable stuff from your suggestions, and not doable stuff. But this is just to give you an idea about how application is going to look like, what kind of features we're going to have, things like that. So Madhushank, over to you. You can quickly go take the three team through our, user interfaces.
Yes, yes, Shanaga. Thank you so much. All right, so let me share my screen. All right, so I've shared. Let me know when you can see. So until that pops up, adding to Chanuka's statements, um, please stop me, where required. And also, there can be like changes in the workflow that you are doing day to day. So please, keep us posted on that as well. If there's any, workflow changes or the best practices apart from, what we have here. All right. Can you see my screen,
Yeah, I
Yeah,
can
I can
see.
see.
Ihani?
I can see.
Yeah.
Yes, right. All right. Cool. Cool. Awesome. Cool. So this is the main page, or is the home page that which you will see when you log into the application, right? So we've like named the application as Advanced Credentialing Support. Yeah. So I'll take you through the elements in this page. Um, First, we have create client profile. So through this button we can create new clients. So let's say you are getting a new client for the credential department ABC, right? So you can create a profile for the ABC client using this button. I'll take you through each and every function, but let me like overall tell you what's happening. So next comes the insurance profile. Now we have multiple insurances, right? So that could be like hundreds or nearly thousand, or plus. So for each and every insurance we need to have a profile, right? As in the insurance name, the state, the required documentation, and the contact details, the fax number. So likewise, so that's why I just meant as a profile. So it's something separate. I'll take you further into that later, right? And we have a simple refresh button, right? And you have a search bar here. You can search any of the clients which is in the database or the home page easily by typing it here, right? Apart from that, you have the list of clients here, right? It will keep on adding, right? So what you can see here is whoever the clients like available or existing in the credential department as of now, right? Now in this example we have nearly 8 or 9 clients. So credential department, these all we have as per this example, right? Good. So we are getting a new client, that's ABC, which we need to introduce to the credential department and to start credentialing, right? How can we do that? Right. So let's click on create client profile button. It will take you to a page like this, right? So it's called the client profile. Again, you have the usual search bar. You can search, the elements of the page, and you get the main or the basic provide information data here, right? As in from the provider's name to NPI to contact person's name, contact person's email address. So likewise, pretty much the basic details, right? Apart from that, we know, right? We need the additional documentations, right? The clear certification, W9, and all those things. I'll come to that as well, right? So the first step is to request those information from the client. All right. So me, when I was in credentialing, what happened was I'm getting the client's name along with the contact person's details, right? And that's it. I wouldn't know the NPI or the tax or the any of the other information. So simply what you should do is, or a user, come here, fill whatever the data that you know, right? So in this case, it will be the provider's name, contact name, person's name, and the email address. That's it. You might not know the rest, right? And you can simply request those information from the client by clicking on information request button, right? When we click on this, a form like this, exactly the same form will be sent to the client automatically, right? And the client will be feeding in data for us, right? So when this is going to the client, it says provide enrollment form, right? So client will be filling in all the information, right? So if I'm the client and I'm the responsible party or the contact person for ABC client, I'll be filling my name as Madhushankar and my email address and my office details and everything, right? Apart from that, we need the documentation, right? The certificates and all. So for that, we have a document archive, right? So by clicking on this, they'll be taken to a screen like this. They as in the client, right? Okay. So here we have all the basic information which we are requesting through the onboarding document, which we have right now, the PDF, right? This has like everything which has document, right? So let's say this guy, the client, wants to, um, give us the update the home state Medicaid approval letter, right? It's just a matter of like clicking on this, right? It will take the client to a dashboard or a page like this, and they can drag and drop the certification or the attachment to this location and simply submit it, right? Let's say over the time, let's say this attachment was a clear certification or something like that, it gets expired, right? And they need to renew it. And so for that also they can come to the same location. The client can update it and place the renewed certification here and submit it. So we'll be getting that. So that's the mechanism in this part, right? So let me go back again to this previous page, right? So as per this example, now we have submitted or this particular document to HRC, right? So upon successful completion of that item, this ball here, right, this will indicate in green, right? So whatever the completed items will be in green and the rest will be in white, right? So it will be really easy for the client to have a note and for us to have a clear visual whether what documents we have and what we don't, right? So that's the basic concept here in order to get the required documentation from the client side. Okay, so before I move to the rest of the areas, do you guys have any issues, in that particular area, gathering information from the client? All right. So I think we are good. So now
So I have a
I'll,
question. So,
yeah, yes, Ben.
so
Yeah.
do we have to like do this whenever a new client comes, or do we have to like do this for current clients as well?
No, 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 no. I'm speaking on a like very fresh scenario, a new client.
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
Yeah, cool. So now, um, Let me go back. So this was our home page. What I did previously was I clicked on this button. I came here. I sent a request to the client, and that's how it was, right? So we've received the client's response by now. So which means all these fields are filled, right? Which means the client profile is already created from my end, right? So which means the ABC client will be shown in this page itself, right? So for the moment, we'll think the first item is ABC, right? So for our ease, we can just type in ABC here and we can get the client. Okay. So since the profile is created already, we can click on this button, right? It will take you here, right? You can, no, the next step is to start credentialing, right? Cool. So let's click on this. Here we go to the credentialing, or uh, the interface that you guys will be working actually. All right. So for the ABC client, they wants to get enrolled with UHC, right? For example. So we can come here, or let me take it as an example, XYZ insurance. So that will be easy, right? So let's say that the XYZ is a commercial insurance. So you can come click here, right? And select the state, let's say California. Select the state from this drop down and the insurance, which was XYZ, right? You can search for the XYZ insurance from this drop down. But initially, I was speaking about the insurance profile, right? Now, in this case, let's assume that we don't have the XYZ insurance in our database. So there's a problem, right? So we can't move forward with this process. So we'll have to go back and create a profile for the insurance. I'll show you how to do that, right? So this is the client profile again. Click on insurance master report, right? It will take you to an interface like this. So what we are trying to accomplish from this is now, right? For example, let's say Bihan is working on a client, the ABC client and credentialing XYZ. And Gihani, after 2 weeks from Bihan, again she's doing credentialing for another client, but the same insurance. Right now, Bihan has already gone through the hassle, has found out the insurance the contact details, the mode of submission, and everything. Right, and now Gihani, as a fresher, right, she has to go through the same process again. So that's of time, right? So we can eliminate that. For each and every insurance, we are creating a profile, right? So through that, Gihani can come and she can select the XYZ insurance and she will get all the information which Bihan has fed, right? So this happens regardless the SBU, or whatever that structure in office, regardless that this happens, right? This is not client specific. This is in individual insurance profiles, standalone profiles, right? So no connection with clients. So everyone can use the same set of information. Okay. So now what we are trying to do is to create a profile to XYZ insurance. So we can come to the master report, insurance master report, and click on create, right? So then we'll get a interface like this. So there we can select what are the guidelines that XYZ insurance is following, whether it's Medicare, Medicaid, or what, whether it falls on MCO or commercial. You can select these checkboxes appropriately, and you can select the state, right? So the state is California, and you can type here the insurance name, which is XYZ insurance, right? And now Bihan is the one who's doing the first research on this, so he can fill the insurance contact number, the fax number, the email, submission method, and whether the marketplace is open or not. That's very special, right? And remarks. So remarks, you know what are the special, the set of documents which you should attach, or which you require to move forward. You can have a note on that as well, and the created date. So we can capture the created date automatically. That's not a problem. So that's how you create a insurance profile, right? And you can click on submit, right? So this is nothing in addition to what you are doing right now, because even now you are filling this information in an Excel, right? It's just a matter of like doing the same thing in this application, right? So far, okay. So we can click on submit, so it's submitted, and return to the same page, the master profile. So now if this was a, the actual application, it will contain the XYZ information, XYZ insurance information here, right? So which means you have fed information to the database, right? So let's go back to creating or starting credentialing. All right. So in our example, the XYZ insurance was a commercial plan. So we click on that. The state was California, and now we have the XYZ insurance in our drop down. Previously it wasn't there because the profile was not existing. So now we created, so we have it in our drop down, right? So we are selecting that. Upon selecting, right, all the rest of the data will generate here automatically. So let's say now Bihan has gone through this already, and Gihani for this matter, right? By clicking on XYZ, Gihani will have all this information, whether the marketplace is open or not, what's the insurance type, what's the contact number, the fax, or whatever that is, right? So it's really easy. Yeah, and then come, and also these are read only, right? So what you can see in grayish color is, read only fields, and whatever you have in white is the areas that you should, edit accordingly. So here comes the documentation type, the submission method, what's it, what not, and you can submit, right? So that's how to, like, let's say I'll make it in a different approach, that we are supposed to send a LOI, right? So we can come here, okay. So the marketplace says open, so we can say the document type is letter of interest, and the submission method. So Bihan is saying what is the submission method that is successful. So if he is successful, do we have to send an email? Right? So easily we can fax. We have the number, we have everything, right? So that's the process, right? Um, yep. Let me figure out whether I've missed anything. Yeah, sorry. I have one more thing. So let's say that you are doing regular follow-ups, right? So in the first instance, since this is a prototype, you have these follow-up remarks also in the first instance itself. If not, it will not be here, it will be a hidden item, right? After a week or so, when you are doing the follow-ups, right, you should know what is actually happening with the particular case, right? The end-to-end idea. So for that, you can simply go and click on the follow-up history button. By clicking on that, you will route to a page like this, and this page will contain the number of follow-ups. For example, let's say follow-up number, the date is this, and this is the follow-up coming, right? Follow-up number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. These are the dates, and these, exact. Hello, you guys can hear me, right?
Yes, Masham.
All right, cool. All right. So by reading the previous the history of the follow-ups, you can have a very clear understanding of where we are with the particular case, and you can update the latest follow-up remarks here and submit. So that's how you do the remarks aspect of this. So I think I've covered almost all the basic areas of the application. So open one for you guys. You can clarify things, and also you can suggest things as well.
Yeah, so there's a lag in the call, so let me tell. thank you for everyone's input. So the intention of this call is to get you guys feedback. So based on that feedback, we can further develop this application, right? So this was a prototype demonstration to show you guys the workflow that we have already built, right? So it's nothing personal, definitely. So five from you guys, and so because you guys are the ones who's using this, we can build a like a awesome, a pretty useful and a time efficient application at the end of the day, right? So thank you so much for your support, and I'll be circulating another invite tomorrow.
Madhusankar,
Yeah.
may and upload this. I mean, this UIs are really good, Machang. If you can upload it to Jira, Machang, just to document, would be ideal.
Yeah. So in terms of expectations, Shanuka, regarding the interface, is it met or what are your thoughts there?
It is met.
Oh, so,
Really, it is met, Madhusankar.
yeah,
Definitely, it is met.
yeah.
That is just like a content related problem, Madhusankar. That based on my experience. I mean, nothing else. Like uh, from the expectation point of view, like UI presentation, it is like above and beyond for sure, because it just you function it, right? That is why. I mean, because of we showed this only, Madhusankar, we had that conversation, right? Because we just
Exactly.
I felt like a user.
Yeah.
So I mean that is brilliant. So keep it.
All right.
All right, guys. Okay, guys. So good conversation. Thank you very much. Safras, in 5 minutes we'll have the other call.
All right. Okay, Shanukai.
All right, guys. All right. Take
All
care.
right. Thanks, guys. All right. Bye.